Byju's talks to sell US unit to Jofra Capital for $400 million. What is about that?
Finally, they gave a result. But everybody talked about the turnover, nobody talked about the loss. The turnover was 3,600 crores, the loss is 2,600 crores. Sales has crashed
Yes.
because no NBFC is willing to fund their students. They had signed guarantees, they are not able to pay. The teachers have left. So it's only the last march is being sounded. So when they announce bankruptcy is the only question. So you can keep stalling it, but finally for a company to survive, you need cash flow, and there is no cash flow in this company. Akash is the only crown jewel. Whether they allowed to spin off and put it out on an IPO and sell Akash so that Akash at least can survive, or even will he take down Akash with it, I do not know.
So what's your take on this AI summit which happened in London with the Prime Minister of England holding the summit where Elon Musk was there saying it is a threat and is going to remove all work?
Of course,
Then he himself is launching under Twitter their own AI platform.
First of all, I do not think it's going to be the be-all and end-all solution. It's being overhyped like was the internet was overhyped in 2000. You were there those days.
Yes.
You were 25 at that time. I was 33. Internet did change the world, but a lot of companies except Amazon, everybody sank without a trace.
Yes.
Say similarly, AI will make a lot of things easier. Like in today, my music is completely transformed. There are no more compact disc and no more cassette and no more records. It's all streaming. Certain industries will get completely transformed. Like digital photography, finished off film photography. Certain things will definitely change. But to say that the entire world will change and it will become, it's Luddite to say that machines will make sure there are no labors. Today, without machines, we cannot exist. What it means is it will mean a lot of less errors. Like my friend who is a medical doctor told me that 99% of sickness today, the computer will do a better job of diagnosis.
Correct.
Because it's a repeat pattern thing.
Correct.
Medical testing will become easy and there will be a big difference in medical field.
Correct.
In the field of entertainment, there will be a lot of changes. So there are fields where it will make big impacts and fields where that will not make an impact.
And I feel highly repetitive tasks where human keep on looking at the same numbers over and
It's
again.
like playing chess.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is there has to be regulation and there has to be very strong regulation. But there is no point of rolling it back. But if you don't have that, like social media is a case where it has done a lot of damage because there's no regulation in it. There has to be regulation and it has to be a global regulation. Because what will happen is if you allow governments to do regulation, then an authoritarian government can use AI to suppress what is true news and can spread fake news. I'm referring to somebody like Putin.
Talking about international news, after the earnings, is Coca-Cola stock still a buy, sell?
I have not looked at the results, boss.
You haven't looked at the results.
But it looks like better than expected results.
Yeah, because fairly estimate $60.
Yeah. But Coke is an eternal
Up by 11%.
Yeah.
Organic revenue.
Yeah. So Coke is an eternal buy. If the earnings are less than 15, you can just go ahead and buy it. Yeah.
And do you have any opinion about Apple? Because they're saying one side, there's nothing much in terms of product upgrade they're offering anymore. They're finding it hard.
Apple is two things. Apple is a supply chain machine. The most efficient supply chain machine. And therefore, as for services, it will continue. The iStore will do extremely well.
Online services.
Online services, App Store and other things will do.
And their cloud services.
Their cloud services do well.
Pivot more into software.
They'll move more into
software and
services while they retain the brand, because if you have used an iPhone, going to another phone is extremely difficult.
True. And to keep a control over the ecosystem and monopolize that ecosystem, they need to make sure the devices are all
you are not going to find a change from, you will not get a new product like an iPad or an iPhone or an iPod. But you will have but it will be a very efficient company.
Okay. So you don't see Apple disappearing or getting
not a chance.
like what have dooms and gloom people are saying
not at all. No.
Okay. I think that covers about everything broadly.
2 hours later.
So the next thing which I wanted to ask you about, Anand, was Zerodha's tech glitch. 20% of its clients were affected. The issue was linked to a separate silo broker, as clarified, saying that only 20% of the client was affected in some separate thing, not the remaining 80%.
No. First of all, I am not against Zerodha or GrowUp or any such app. But you have to investment is 1% science and 99% psychology.
Correct.
Right? Money is all psychology.
Yes.
And investment is all about money.
Yes.
So suddenly if you say that you cannot access the stock, it's like a run on the bank. The bank doesn't have money and everybody is standing in queue.
Correct.
Same thing will happen here. When this time it happened, there was no crash in the market. So assume that there is a 5% fall on the market that day, where everybody would like to go in and buy. Those who were really having calm nerves, wanted to buy, could not have bought. Those who wanted to get out, could not have got out. So you got stuck at the wrong time. Now this is one silo. All human acts are fallible. So it can happen to everybody tomorrow. Right? Second and most important thing, I would like to go and visit a place where I trust my money with. Right? I have done with several brokers for more than 35 years. I would not put my money in a place where I don't know where is the broker. And if I can't go and talk to somebody in Madras and I have to go to Delhi, Bombay and search for a back office or Bangalore for a back office, I don't want to get involved. It is not whether it is safe or not safe. It's a question of psychology. And like behavioral economics has pointed out, investment is 99% psychology. As long as everything goes fine, you are damn good with it. It's like picking money off a running train. The train is running and the money is in the track, you pick it. One time you get hit, you are never going to come back. It's psychology.
Right.
Loss aversion as they call it. Risk aversion or loss aversion as they call it. So people went with Karvi and Karvi was one of the oldest brokers. He got greedy, he thought he can make a quick buck on the real estate and he collapsed. And people didn't get their money for a long time. Some of the stocks are still stuck. So choose your broker wisely.
Speaking of choosing a broker wisely and things disappearing overnight, Sam Bankman-Fried. Now economists is certain downfall is complete. Within 15 days, the jury came back and convicted him.
Within the trial was for 15 days.
Yes.
The actual deliberation was only for 4 hours.
Correct.
And they've given him guilty.
Yes. Maximum sentence of 110 years.
So he will get away about 60, 70 years.
His life is over.
His life is over, basically. Unless they are going to put him in a minimum security
Give him house
prison
arrest.
and give him some parole. That is after 30, 40 years he'll be at a parole. But this is mobocracy. Why do I call? First of all, he is not a saint. But what I'm trying to say, there was a complete ecosystem around him. Right? He's not the only guy.
No.
There were a bunch of idiots who called themselves utilitarians and who wanted to do good.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Altruists.
Yes.
The idea that you could pay money to Trump not to contest.
Yes.
Okay? That's one. Second, bunch of media guys who overhyped him.
Celebrity.
No, I'm coming one by one. Some like Sequoia Capital praising a guy who was playing video games in a presentation, so throwing him out. Because you didn't want to miss out. Fear of missing out was very high.
Even for human final.
That's a human angle. Then the media, which overhyped him and made him a big star. Then celebrities, for a quick buck, who endorsed him without knowing what it is.
Correct.
And the media crowned him the next Warren Buffett. So that means they don't even have an idea of who is Warren Buffett. That you can call him Warren Buffett means you have no idea who Warren Buffett is.
Right.
Because his partner Charlie Munger, who's going to turn 100 in a
few months,
few days, 55 days to be precise from this day, or 57 days from today, he called it rat poison. And Warren called crypto a piece of shit.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to tell you is the media overhyped him. The celebrities overhyped him. And all the guys who wanted to make money, they gave money to him and to Elizabeth Holmes. And now to turn around and say, we were all innocent and only he is to be blamed. And to catch him, what they did is, they made his former girlfriend a confessor.
Correct.
All his best friend was a confessing guy. The guy who wrote code for him is a confessor. So all of them got plea bargains.
Yes.
Only this guy didn't get a plea bargain. The celebrities got away scot-free.
Yes.
Because most people went on endorsement of celebrities. Everybody got scot-free. And at the end of the day, you are saying only this kid is responsible. Of course, this kid is responsible. But all I'm saying, he is not the only one responsible. If you lock up the editors and the celebrities and everybody along with him for 50 years, it's great. And the people who took campaign donations from him, everybody is also in there.
But I have one small doubt. in any other industry you see, including banking, when something like this major collapses, there's major reforms happening. But crypto still, in crypto they're saying it was just one blimp. This guy's one bad egg. Everything else in crypto is fantastic. How can that be?
Crypto is technology. It is only Bitcoin. That is whatever you call that blockchain. And you can create thousands of Bitcoins. Bitcoin is popular because it's the first past the post system. So there is no value in it. Like Warren says, even in gold there is no value. Unless you are in a developing country like India, where access to credit depends on whether you have gold or not. In India and countries like India, gold is important because access to credit for the poor depends on how much gold you have.
Very true.
You remove the access to gold and give access to everybody, there is a problem. So I don't take this seriously. But what I'm saying is what happened to him is unfair in the sense that a lot of people should have gone with him. The whole world
got scot-free.
Everybody got scot-free except him. It's not acceptable. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, आपने यहाँ उपस्थित हुआ, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। अगर हो सके इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें। इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद। हैदराबाद में इवेंट अच्छा हुआ, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। मैंने दुबई की टीम ने आइडिया बनाया कि अगली बार गल्फ में एक और इवेंट होल्ड करेंगे। इस बार का इवेंट 24 नवंबर को आखिरी शुक्रवार नवंबर महीने में 5:30 या 6 बजे कुवैत में हुआ। जो भी मुझे कुवैत में मिलना चाहे वो नीचे के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दिया गया मेल आईडी में अपना मेल भेजे या व्हाट्सएप में संपर्क करें। मेरी टीम उनको जरूर मदद करेगी। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद।